name is Robert and I worked on the film Baked. My role in the film was sound editor, sound designer, and re-recording mixer. I found out about the film at a cultural evening where there was music and art and makeup and film and all sorts of things. And I saw the film and I really enjoyed it, but the sound wasn't amazing. It lacked a post-production touch, and so I went and introduced myself to Malcolm and went from there. Ended up working on the film, which was a lot of fun. It's a film about a young colored guy who lives in Cape Town. He's taken to the streets to sell drugs to survive. And the film kind of follows a short few days with him, or a day or two with him.
My name is Trix. I'm what you call a mud, a hustler. Or for all you ravioli eating, cocktail sipping people, I'm a so-called drug dealer. This is my life at the moment.
One of the things that I found interesting and was quite an achievement, but it was cool to see the transformation, was a lot of the scenes were shot in very windy conditions. And so the original audio was not great, lots of wind noise and stuff. Then when it came to post, I removed the original audio and had to put in like ambiences and atmospheres and stuff of wind noise. And just the difference between like a microphone standing in the wind and a purposefully constructed sound of wind is just drastic. And so that even though it's windy, the scene seems completely under control and the environment seems realistic. The first thing is to have good location sound, which with an independent film on a low budget is not always possible. But the best that you can do is hopefully good enough. And then the second thing, I think, which wasn't the case on this film, was to have someone in mind to do post-production audio, but involved from early on. One of the things we have been taught a lot at SAE, and it's been emphasized, is the idea of in sound having like depth to a sound. And there's a scene where the main character is eating a packet of chips, and you have to make the sound of the chip packet, and you have to make the sound of the chewing, and you have to make it so that it sounds the way you think it would sound, rather than how it actually sounds. That's not always the same thing. It's often interesting that the object that is making the sound in the film isn't always the object you use to create the sound in post. Because I wasn't actually involved from the pre-production point, it meant that it was a little more disjointed for me. I was kind of coming in after the film was finished shooting. They were planning to do reshoots, and then they couldn't do reshoots, and then I was waiting, and then I wasn't, and then so it's just the value of pre-production is huge. I really like the way the movie is presented, which is completely through the perspective of the main character. And there's a voiceover that runs through most of the film, kind of explaining things as they happen and things from his perspective.